Hello and welcome to the heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Today, Kevin Samuels explains why modern women are running away. Let's get into it.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
How old are you? All right, what do you got on the topic? What did I get wrong?
I actually don't think you got anything wrong.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Actually, I kind of like to add to, like, I don't know, like, I kind of like to add to the conversation as far as, like, mothers not destroying their daughters, but, you know, hold on. Like, yeah, like.
Oh my lord. As she says, mothers destroying their daughters, her own child, her own daughter in the background is crying. You cannot make this crap up, guys.
Not destroying their daughters, but having some type of animosity towards their daughters, like they want to be better. Not, like, well, better than them, in a sense.
What do you mean?
Like,
go ahead. Go ahead and say what you mean.
Use as an example, like my grandmother, for instance, with my mother before she passed, you know, my mom was a single mother.
Surprise.
She had me at 15.
Oh lord.
And she, you know, my mom always wanted to get ahead or go to school or whatever, and she kind of kept her in this box. Like, oh, you know, well, you can't leave, or I need you, or whatever, but it kind of wasn't beneficial to her life. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I kind of see it that way, like what you're saying, like, and even my aunt today, with my grandmother, like seeing it from my grandmother, I see those traits in my aunt. She's like, I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mother.
Say it again. I want to move to Texas, but I can't leave my mom.
Yeah, like I see that, and
Well,
it's like I don't know where.
A lot of times women feel like they gave up their youth for their kids.
Right.
Like, it's almost like you owed your mom. It's like a lot of these women, their mothers feel like you owe them for being born.
Yeah, but it's not true. The reason why women have their youth in the first place is to have children. The youth is there to have healthy children with. So the kids didn't steal the youth. That was the whole purpose of having the youth and the beauty in the first place. So it's ridiculous to blame the child for quote-unquote stealing the youth.
And for you raising them. And honestly, you don't owe your mama nothing. Your mama should have had a husband.
Indeed. Exactly right. All right, shitting time. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all the notifications. Drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian R, and Tom M. Shout out to them. Go to my Patreon and subscribe. Patreon.com/theheliosblog. Buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Shout out to Curry Kid, the most recent person to buy a Strategist Guide to Seduction. I really do appreciate it. Share this video. And I have recently added a subscription feature on the podcast. So if you go to Buzzsprout, if you go to like Spotify, let's say, and you click the description of the actual podcast, you'll see a Buzzsprout link. If you click on that, you can support me there with a donation as well. All right, shitting is done. Let's continue.
And then whatever she was due, she should have got from her husband.
Right.
What's your relationship was like? What is your relationship like with your mom?
Before my mother passed away, I mean, we had like a conflicting relationship, I guess you could say. But she was still young though too, so it was kind of like a kid raising a kid.
Do you have any children?
I have children now.
What do you mean? You can hear them in the background.
Now, yeah.
Are you single or are you married?
I'm not married, but you know.
So you're
So you repeated the sins of your past.
single.
Yeah.
So what? Do you have any daughters?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
Okay, so what are you gonna do with her?
I mean, I'm gonna encourage her to go to school. You know, I finished college,
Okay.
but I'm gonna encourage her to go to school. You know, but if like you know, like I guess I mean everyone's biased, but I'm not like to the point where I'm gonna say, you know what, you need to go to school and you need to do this and that
Because women are very bad at putting in boundaries, which is what a husband is for. That's what a man is for. They're very bad at saying no. They're very good at saying, I won't judge you, I won't judge you. And then the girl goes and does all kinds of bad stuff. And then, you know, I won't judge you, I won't judge you.
you know, you're just not gonna make it anywhere in life.
Well, so if you understand what you didn't get, and
Right.
what is school gonna? School is something that you do. Okay.
Yeah.
But what about relationships?
Right. I mean,
That's what I'm asking. What are you going to recommend your daughter do as far as relationships? Because if you know you and your mom had a contentious relationship and you're not married, what is school going to do for your daughter?
it's not gonna do anything for a relationship.
Indeed. And actually, a lot of girls, they go to university to get their quote-unquote MRS degree. If you've never heard this is what women used to call going to university when they were first set out to go to university. Basically, the point is, I want to marry a doctor, so I'm going to go to nursing school. I want to marry an engineer, so I'm going to go to technical school. I want to... You see the idea? The point being, girls go to school to get a husband. Now, the problem is this. In 2023, a girl will go to nursing school and expect a doctor and won't settle for less. If the guy isn't making 1.5 times their income, if the guy doesn't have six-pack abs, isn't super attractive, isn't successful, isn't charismatic, she's not even going to look his way. She's just going to move on. So, there we are.
But if we're speaking on the terms of relationship, I mean, I would want her to be married first.
Okay. But my I guess ultimately what I'm saying is what,
Right.
you know, if your mother had told you, hey, daughter, you need to prioritize, you need a man.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to school and everything else, do you think things would have been any different?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
Well, let me ask you a hard question then. How old are you?
29.
Uh-oh.
And you're in what state?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. So
Good luck finding a man at 29 years old.
it's fair to say that having a child out of wedlock
Right.
is difficult.
Yeah.
So if you were raised to believe that the only way I'm gonna have a child needs to be in the context of being married first, and then a child through planning, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in right now.
No.
So how's that not better? Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's better.
I mean, I'm just saying. The nicest way I'm trying to say it is, why? Okay, so what I'm asking you about, if your mother would have told you to make sure you had a man first, would things be different? You say you don't know, and I'm like, well,
Because I guess it's the way we kind of conditioned to think. So it kind of
Yep. You're conditioned to think to be a strong, independent woman that don't need no man before you get into a relationship, and that's destructive.
conflicts when you think about it. You know
Nope.
what I mean?
no, I don't. Explain.
So like you were just talking about this whole time, right? It's like, you know, mothers kind of encourage their daughters, like, you know, make sure you know, like I said, you know, make sure, you know, you have a way to support yourself as well. first before, you jump into.
Exactly. But the problem is, by the time you're able to support yourself, all of your fertile years are gone, and now you're no longer competitive and able to actually get a man. So it's backwards. And the point is, what is wrong with relying on a man? There is nothing wrong with that. That's how society and civilization has lived for thousands of years. And it works. So this woke experiment for the last 60 years, I mean, look at how well it's turned out. It's turned out very badly for very many people.
Relationships, marriage, whatever.
No, you're not supposed to have a way to support yourself before you jump into a marriage. That's not.
Right.
That makes no sense. Because by the time you can support and take care of yourself, one of the major reasons for being involved with somebody is removed.
That's right.
Today, so many women want to be stable before they're in a relationship. That makes no sense.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, that's what I mean.
The irony is this. That is what men should strive for. Men should strive to be stable before a relationship, right? Not women, but women in acting like men because they're brainwashed by womanism have led to this poor result.
The general idea is like conditioned already.
So what I'm saying is, if your mother would have told you to get into a relationship early, marry earlier, you wouldn't have a kid right now without a husband.
Right.
No.
That's my whole point. We have made it to the fact of where women can have children without husbands if we made it okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not actually okay because the outcome for the children is terrible in general. Most of these guys that end up in prison and so on come from such households. So it's not actually okay. It's just much more tolerated and accepted, even though there are very negative outcomes for choices like this.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Well, so I'm asking you, what are you going to do different with your daughter if you're not even telling her that a man is required?
Right.
I know it's right, but what are you going to do? Because to me, what it sounds to me like is you could just tell your daughter to go to get a college degree and she's going to follow in your same footsteps. She's going to be a single mother.
I mean, I feel like she could still go to school, but still, be in a relationship and get married. Like, I've seen stories where people get married.
What's more important? What's more important? School or marriage? You can't have both. Pick one. Which is more important?
That's a hard decision, though. Just given.
Pick one.
Marriage. For women.
Marriage is more important.
Good.
Do you really believe that?
I feel like it is.
So if you really believe that, then why are you in the position that you're in? That's the question.
Because I feel
well,
like
if you really believe that, then you'll be prioritizing that in the way you talk to your daughter. I think you're saying that because you know it's probably the right thing to say, but I don't think you believe that.
No, I do believe it. I do believe marriage is because at the end of the day,
is it more important than going to college? Is it more important than going to college?
In 2023, women are brainwashed to believe that it's not important, but it actually is extremely important.
I think the reason why we're on...
Is it more important than going to college?
Yes.
It's more... I feel like it's more important to go to college because not everybody goes to college.
You think it's more important to go to college?
To be married and have a life
partner? Ma'am, you got a college degree, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what? You got a college degree and no husband. Anybody can be a baby mom, just like anybody can go to college. It is more important to be married than go to college.
That's right.
Because most people have jobs. We got people who come into this country illegally, who surpass the people who've been in here for generations because they have family. You're alone as a single woman with a baby. Are you making over $100,000 a year?
I'm not.
Then, ma'am, You are doing it all by yourself.
Yup.
Would it not be better to have a husband and his mother and father and your mother and father and all of the extended family that comes along with nuclear families? Even if you were making middle class money, if you had 2 sets of grandparents and 2 sets of cousins, would it not be better than single mama degree by yourself?
Yeah, it would be very, very better. Much better. In fact, that's the old system, right? In the old system, there was an extended family, and that extended family had, they all lived in the same place, and they helped each other. And the point of doing that, right? The point of doing that is such that you can have the better long-term outcomes. You can share resources and manpower effectively.
It would be better, but then it's like, it would be better. I said,
But then it's what's the fear? What's the fear though?
I do, but I think it'd be better, like, if we could say it's better if we lived in this perfect world, right?
No, we could say
no.
I don't want that perfect world example. We could say it's better if women acted like y'all. We could say,
especially from where I come from.
We could say it's better if women acted like
wives.
It's not a perfect world. It's a matter of you ladies staying in your damn place,
right,
and not leaving your relationships.
Exactly.
This is true, but I mean, men have to do the same though.
Yeah. You know who initiates 80% of breakups and divorces? Women. So, I don't know what to tell you. You know what the main reason is that men break up with women? Illicit substance abuse and criminality. Those are the only 2 reasons. Otherwise, men are not breaking up marriages. So, I don't know what to tell you.
In a sense.
What I want you to understand is this is the same bullshit verbal judo that y'all always do.
Mm-hmm. As far as like just
50, we have a higher than 50% divorce rate, but 8 out of 10 times women initiate divorce. Women leave relationships, not men.
That's right.
See, what I want you guys to understand is I just asked a very simple question. Which is better, going to college or being married? She knows being married and coming from nuclear families on both sides is better, but she can't say it because it would invalidate what she's doing. So she has to say, no, you need college so you can have a job in case a man leaves you. But the problem is you ladies are the ones that are wrecking your own homes.
Right, exactly. So her own logic is invalidated by her very actions.
You ladies are the ones that are leaving. Men are doing what we're supposed to. Women are out of control today.
Right. Exactly.
But I said that's why I said that's how we were conditioned to think though.
No, that takes away personal accountability and responsibility, which you need to have for yourself. You can't just say other people made me do it and then put one finger in each ear and say it's all and say I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
And I'm not discrediting that. That is 100% true.
Conditioned by whom? Conditioned by whom?
Women.
Conditioned by whom?
Just conditioned by the family. Whom? I mean, if we're going to speak on a micro level.
I want about conditioned by whom? Men or women?
Women more so. You're
okay,
right.
well,
there you go.
Men can't do anything about that. You said that's who we condition, and I'm saying who did the condition?
Mothers.
So if mothers do it and mothers break it up, then who's out of control today, men or women?
Then don't say that's how we were conditioned. Say women conditioned us. See, when you say we, that puts me and men like myself and other men in that system. We don't want to be in your mother's and women's shit. We want you to hold the women responsible for conditioning you to be single mothers.
That's absolutely true. But also what I've seen in broken homes is women also condition their sons as well. So I wouldn't say it's only women.
yes, they condition their sons as well, but again, if it was single fathers, they would actually set boundaries and they wouldn't have such bad outcomes, right? So ultimately, the conditioning is coming from the women, a matriarchal arrangement.
And I've seen it.
Ma'am, but if they're in a broken home, who broke that motherfucker?
Exactly.
Who broke it? Who broke it? The husband, the mother, or the daughter? The mother or the mother or the mother or the father? No monologue. No, it depends. Who broke it? The mother or the father?
I don't know, because if I go back to my grandparents,
you know.
Bullshit. The mothers break the homes. Bullshit.
No.
Kevin.
No.
Bullshit. Women continue. This is where the numbers come in. No.
Right.
This is where the numbers come in. I don't care about your micro. In general, who is leaving relationships today? Is it men or is it women? Who's filing for divorce, ma'am?
It's today, but we can't only look at
Yes.
Yes, we can. We can look at today in the past 60 years. And in that time frame, which is after hormonal birth control, we can see that women are the ones that are ending relationships 80% of the time. Matriarchal conditioning and so on, leading to this continued process.
Yes, ma'am, prior to night. Okay. What number do you want to go back to? What number do you want to go back to? Because men have never been the ones breaking homes. See, this bullshit that y'all believe. When? What do you want to go back to? Okay, let's stop right here. Stop right here. What point in time? Stop. What point in time do you want to go back to so we can see? Give me a point in time.
I don't know.
You can't tell me today, ma'am.
I don't know. 1960s, 70s.
1960s and 70s. In the black community, we were made at a rate of 8 out of 10 up to 1965.
Indeed. So that means, and with traditional Christian values. Yeah.
Okay.
So
now look at the problem. From 1965 to 2023, it's been less than 60 years. What happened? 2 generations and it all went to crap.
What happened after that? No fault divorce, the Great Society, and government benefits.
Okay.
Incentivizing women to be separate from their men.
But if we go off the basis of government assistance, it's majority of Caucasian women who are...
Yeah, but the reason is because in the United States, the majority population is white women, right? There's more white people than black people in the United States. So it stands to reason that, statistically speaking, if we're looking at how many people, the number, not the percentage, the number, it's going to be more white women.
On government assistance.
Ma'am, that is a disingenuous statistic. They're the larger percentage of the population. Percentage-wise, it's a non-starter. Don't give me this Caucasian women. You tell me when we are surpassing white people, you can tell me the problems of white people. See, prior to 1965, we didn't need the government stuff. The only reason we need a government that much is because you don't want your man.
That's right.
See, what I'm trying to get you to understand is this is the mindset of women. They believe so much bullshit that's put into their heads by women. But the thing is, you saying back in the day. Men need to do what? What can men do? What can men do when women walk away?
Go to a different race. That's what many men are doing. They're literally not dating black women anymore. I mean, they are, but you get what I'm saying. Like, the women are walking. It's not just black women, to be honest. Like, if you're looking at the West in general, women. Like, Western women are the worst behaved that they've ever been in like 60 years. So what men are doing is, okay, Western women are broken. I'm simply going to search for a non-Western woman. And so they're marrying immigrants, they're changing countries, they're like, that's what's happening. Men are avoiding marrying and dating seriously Western women because they're not worthy. They're not worth dating like that. So they don't do it.
What was it again?
What can men do when women don't walk? What can a man do if women are free to come and go as they please?
They can't do anything, but then that's kind of like, oh, well, you know, society has taken the control away from black men, which
No, ma'am. See, black men, society hasn't taken control because the same government benefits exist for white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, and Middle Eastern women. They stick with their men.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't society, it's your choice.
Okay. But it's also been bred to draw the black
Bred by whom?
Again, who is selecting who is born? Men or women? Who has the birth control pill? Men or women? Who has access to the A word? Men or women? So, who is selecting the breeding?
It was I mean, if we're talking about
the
that,
women, ma'am. Go back to
no,
ma'am. We have already got. You keep trying to say we were conditioned by whom? Bred by whom? Bred by whom?
We were bred. It could be from the mothers.
Could be, ma'am. Not.
Who has children, men or women? Who gives birth?
Could be, not could be.
But you gotta understand.
There is no but. There is no but. And this is why I want you guys to understand. This is why you should avoid women like this. They are incorrigible.
That's fine.
Incorrigible means they cannot be saved. They cannot be fixed.
Data statistics don't matter. They don't want to be accountable. They cannot hold themselves accountable. It always has to be somebody else. It always has to be other society.
From the streets, I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got. I get that money.
Yeah, that's a good place to end the video, I think. Wow. All right. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. Drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian and Tom M. Buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Shout out to Curry Kid, the most recent person to buy the Strategist Guide to Seduction. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You can go to my Patreon and subscribe, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Share this video. And one more thing, I've even added subscriber features for Buzzsprout. So if you go to Spotify or wherever you're listening on the podcast, and you click the description of the podcast itself, you know where all the text is, you'll see a link that says Buzzsprout in there. If you click on that, that's my supporter page. You can support me there as well. All right. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I appreciate it, especially if you listen to the end. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.